TIL. The reason why old sports photos often have a blue haze is because the arenas were filled with people smoking cigarettes. Today I learned. Roboto 72. Arkansas banned smoking in restaurants before Tennessee. I was going to school in Memphis and ended up across state lines at a Waffle House. It almost broke my brain. I had grown up loving Waffle House but had never been inside one that didn't reek of cigarettes. Anades_Recos. 7437. I like to read old science fiction, but I find it laughable that everyone was smoking in their spaceships. Direct Caterpillar 916. 904. I saw a little documentary about the history of movie theaters at a museum recently. There was one section where an older man was visiting the cinema for the first time in decades. He marveled at the fact that you couldn't see the beam from the projector anymore. Alan R. Brady. 9597. I remember being asked smoking or non-smoking sections. Like it really mattered. K. Morris 1987. 6179. This is a hell of a TIL. I wonder how many other things smoking affected. I am old enough to remember when seemingly everyone smoked and all sorts of people smelled like cigarettes. Teachers, doctors, police, parents, people in mom-and-pop grocery stores. I remember being a little kid and see people walking around outside smoking, flicking butts everywhere. It makes me wonder if in 25 to 30 years kids today will think of vaping the same way. Quote, NY State. 307. I am so happy that smoking bans went in before that type of thing would have been a completely exhausting culture war. I am old enough to remember when it went in place and it wasn't without its resistance. But it would be at a completely different level today. Imagine what tobacco companies could have done with a bot-fueled disinformation campaign on social media. Vafro. 2120. TIL. A town in India is addicted to chess after one man taught everyone how to play 50 years ago to eliminate excessive alcohol consumption and gambling, which has now all decreased to nearly nothing. Today I learned. Grand Stillness. Seems like this town got some addictive personalities. Gray Fox Me. 5914. Idea of thought gambling would continue but just shift to gambling on chess. G. Brune. 3303. Edit. Do not, my friends, become addicted to board games. They will take hold of you, and you will resent their absence. But it still saved a village. Grand Stillness. 1643. The town has a checkered past. McPickledick. 705. Imagine coming here and playing and pulling an en passant, only to be lynch mobbed because that one man never taught them that. Const PXL. 569. This post made me realize the need for a subreddit filled with TIL-style posts which are all positive, since we have a strong negative bias. It would be nice to be filled with some hope every once in a while. Good on them for getting into chess instead. Ejun X. 315. TIL. Hugh Laurie shot his audition tape for House from a bathroom in Namibia because that was the only room with enough light. Today I learned. Mankels 3. He was in country for Flight of the Phoenix, which was also the case for his general scruffiness. They decided they liked the look for the character, so he was then fairly scruffed for nearly the next decade of his life. XA0. OK Disaster 2022. 3488. I cannot picture any other person playing this character. Jubebe 514. 3064. Quote, here's the audition tape. https m.youtube.com/watch v equals uqhh6tvgqiq, which caused the director of the pilot to ironically say, greater than C. This is what I want. An American guy. underscore HG Senti, 3710. Amazing. He flew all the way to Namibia just to find a bathroom with enough light. Truly dedicated to his craft. Han underscore YOLO underscore swag, 8847. I enjoy how this is phrased in a way that makes it sound like he tried literally everywhere and the only place in the world with enough light was a Namibian bathroom. JP Hutchie 01, 827. It was the brightest room in the world at the time. Your underscore ass underscore is underscore crass, 76. Till that when Billy the Kid learned Joe Grant was coming to kill him, he sabotaged Grant's revolver. Grant attempted to shoot Billy in the face, and when the gun did not go off, Billy killed Grant. Today I learned. Swole wonder. If you ever find yourself in a fair fight, your tactics suck. Honest rating guy, 1549. Relevant portion of the Wikipedia article. Greater than according to other contemporary sources. Bonnie had been warned Grant intended to kill him. He walked up to Grant, told him he admired his revolver, and asked to examine it. Grant handed it over, before returning the pistol, which he noticed contained only 3 cartridges. Bonnie positioned the cylinder so the next hammer fall would land on an empty chamber. Grant suddenly pointed his pistol at Bonnie's face and pulled the trigger. When it failed to fire, he drew his own weapon and shot Grant in the head. A reporter for the XA0 Las Vegas Optic, XA0 quoted Bonnie as saying the encounter was a game of 2. And I got there first. It is not known why Grant was attempting to murder Billy, although at that point in his life, Billy had been involved in several crimes, some of which resulted in the deaths of others. He had also been involved in the Lincoln County War where 7 people were killed, although he had technically received amnesty from. Edit. I don't know what Young Guns is, and that's not where I learned this from. I just went down a Wikipedia rabbit hole last night when I learned this. Swole wonder. 4254. The last podcast on the left has a great 3-part pod on Billy where they touch on this and all of his lore. Frostall. 64. According other sources, this competition results in Billy's downfall, and after he is cast out, he turns traitor, XA0, and joins Governor Woodes Rogers. Doll underscore Divine, 358. Anyone watch the Billy the Kid series on MGM? If so, is it any good? This is the Honey Badger, 126. I imagine this is the basis for the scene in Young Guns. Dumbest Boy, 19.